Silverleaf, the most prestigious community in all of Arizona. Not only is this an amazing luxury community, but it has a great location with close proximity to some of the best hotspots in North Scottsdale. Nestled along the west side of the McDowell Mountains, there's great hiking, golf, restaurants, shopping, and a whole lot more. Today, I'm going to take you on a virtual tour of the Silverleaf community. I'm going to show you where all the hot spots are around Silverleaf, and I'm going to give you a quick market update and show you what the real estate market looks like right now today. And we're going to get started right now. What's going on, everybody? This is Todd Hall, founder of Phoenix Homes and Hotspots, and today I'm in the luxury Silverleaf community here in North Scottsdale, Arizona. Hey, if it's your first time visiting the #1 real estate resource here in the state of Arizona and you want to know everything there is to know about the great homes, beautiful communities, as well as all the top hotspots that surround them, you're in the right place. All you have to do is subscribe to our channel right now, then smash that bell next to it. That way we can notify you every time we create new popular videos right here on Phoenix Homes and Hotspots. Now listen, we're getting new phone calls, emails, and texts every single day from all over the world. People moving here to the Phoenix Metro, whether it's Scottsdale, Arizona, or anywhere else in Maricopa County here in Phoenix Metro, and they're asking about neighborhoods. They want more information about hotspots, homes. They just want to know more about the Phoenix Metro before they get here. So if you're moving to Scottsdale, Arizona, or anywhere in the Phoenix Metro, or thinking about moving to Arizona, pick up the phone, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us that email. That way we can be your key to AZ.
All right, let's do this. Silverleaf, North Scottsdale, let's go. Before we get into Silverleaf, let's go ahead. If you watch my other virtual tour style videos, you know that that I always like to give you a lay of the land of Phoenix Metro before we do that. So real quick, this whole section shaded in blue is the city of Phoenix. All these sections just to the east of Phoenix that are shaded in different colors, this is the city of Scottsdale. If you look down here just to the south of Scottsdale, these cities, Mesa, Gilbert, Chandler, Tempe is right down here, Queen Creek, Santan Valley. These cities are known as Phoenix's East Valley. Some really good schools down here. So sometimes people will call me about Scottsdale and they'll end up buying in Chandler or Gilbert because they have kids or just because they find it to be a little bit more affordable, but they can find some great housing down here in these areas. So that's always potentially in play for the right person. And then over here on this side of town is the West Valley, Peoria, Glendale, Surprise, Goodyear. You have Buckeye out here, Avondale, Waddell, Litchfield Park. You also have Luke Air Force Base out here for all of our men and women that serve moving into the area. You might be looking in the West Valley. West Valley known as the more affordable side of town. There's some really great housing over on this side as well. So if you're looking for something a little bit more affordable, bread and butter style home, you don't need anything too big. You don't need golf memberships and all that other stuff, although there's a great golf over here. But if you're not needing a private golf membership, but you just want to play some great public golf, this West Valley could be a great option for you. All right, let's focus in on Scottsdale now quickly. And then we're going to jump all the way up into Silverleaf. Here is Scottsdale. You can see 31 miles long, 11 miles wide at its widest point. So moving from the south to the north, these areas shaded down here to the south in red is what I call South Scottsdale. By the way, I have these all broken down into zip codes. So there's 9 different zip codes. That's what you see with these shades. These 3 shades, 85250, 85251, 85257. It's what I call South Scottsdale. Right in the center of that is an area called Old Town Scottsdale. We'll mention it here in a little bit again. But Old Town Scottsdale is really the epicenter of the best shopping, restaurants, bars, nightlife, entertainment in all of Arizona. So you can see the shaded area up here is Silverleaf. You're not too far from Old Town Scottsdale, right down the 101 freeway, which is this white line. As we move a little bit to the north, This area shaded in blue is what I call Central Scottsdale. Of course, if you look at this entire city of Scottsdale, it doesn't look central, but understand that a lot of this up here is uninhabitable. It's all mountains. But anyway, this is what I call Central Scottsdale. By the way, I break Scottsdale down into 5 different sections to make it easier for you to understand. A local would not even understand what I'm talking about when I break it down into all these sections. But anyway, Central Scottsdale is made up mostly of a community called McCormick Ranch. I do an entire video, by the way, of McCormick Ranch. So you can check that out on my Scottsdale playlist. By the way, that playlist, I have an entire playlist of all Scottsdale videos. If you click the top right-hand corner of the screen right now, it'll take you to the playlist. You can check out everything I've done in Scottsdale. There's a bunch of videos there, lots of content. It'll get you familiar with the city real quick. So most of this is McCormick Ranch in blue. Top northwest corner up here is Gainey Ranch. As we go to the north, now I'm going to say inside of the 101. Okay, so this whole rectangular section inside of this white line, which is the 101 freeway, this rectangular section is what I call North Central Scottsdale. Okay, remember the green shade goes outside of that, but that's just the zip code. But this section is North Central Scottsdale. Some great shopping, restaurants, TPC golf course where the Phoenix Waste Management Open is played. All that happens right here in this section of Scottsdale. This whole section east of the 101 freeway that's still part of Scottsdale before you get out here to Fountain Hills, I call Scottsdale East. Really great communities out here as well. Sits on the south side of the McDowell Mountains. So you'll find some nice little mountain neighborhoods down here, but really great real estate in this area. And then everything north of the 101, and I include a little pocket down here as well. But most of this real estate up here is what I call North Scottsdale. So most of this area is shaded in yellow. So for me, anything north of the 101, where a lot of people will classify way down here as North Scottsdale, but for me, all this stuff up here is North Scottsdale. Silverleaf, of course, sits inside of North Scottsdale. One of the nice things, and that is this area shaded in red, one of the nice things about Silverleaf is it sits really close to the 101 freeway. So if we got up here a little bit further, up into Desert Mountain right up here, if you're going from the guard gates of Desert Mountain down Pima Road straight down to the 101 freeway, it's going to take you about 23 minutes from here to here. From Silverleaf, you can get there from the gate. You can get to the 101 freeway in 5 or 6 minutes. It's right there, which puts you right in the middle of shopping, restaurants, your grocery stores, your gas. Everything is just really, really close at Silverleaf. So it has that prestigious feel. It has a little bit more of a rural feel as well, but it's right pretty much in the city. One of the things that you'll see, and when I say rural feel, check this out. So if I zoom in closer, should get rid of all these shaded areas. But anyway, just closer, you can see that down here, south of the 101 is pretty dense. It's densely populated. It's a lot greener. If you got down on the ground, you'd see there's more trees, more parks. It's very dense, very more of an urban feel. And then as we get up here north of Desert, right? So as we start to drive up Pima Road, up Scottsdale Road over here, we start to climb a little bit in elevation. It's very subtle unless you get over here onto the mountainside or any of these mountains for that matter. But you're doing a subtle little climb, which means all these communities have some elevation and some nice city views, even if you're not on the side of the mountain. Anyway, but it's not rural out here. You see there's beautiful, amazing, some of the best communities in all of Arizona, but it just has more of a rural, desert, rolling mountain, Sonoran feel to it is the best way, I guess, to describe it. But again, Silverleaf sits in all of that. Now, Silverleaf, you can see, sits right on the side of the McDowell Mountains. So this is the Sonoran Preserve right here, and the McDowell Sonoran Preserve, the McDowell Mountains, and some of these homes literally are carved into the side of the mountain, but this is the Silverleaf community. So if we zoom in, let me break the community down for you so you can see it. Get where I'm here. This road right here that comes up and curves around right over here is Thompson Peak. Okay, Thompson Peak separates kind of the east side. There's 3 communities. There's three gated communities at Silverleaf. By the way, Silverleaf is part of DC Ranch. It is the just the luxury arm, basically, or the luxury section of DC Ranch. But Silverleaf itself is broken down into 3 sections. So this section over here is a section known as Arcadia. It has its own private guard gated entrance. Community of about 80 homes, ranging from 5 to about 8,000 square feet over here. So this is Arcadia. You can see it doesn't sit up over here on the hillside, although there is some elevation, so you can get some views. in this area, but this is the Arcadia area. As we cross the street over here, this is most of this area is known as Horseshoe Canyon. Now you can see that there's this canyon coming off the hill right here that separates these two communities on the east side of Thompson Peak. So you have this community up here, and you have this community down here. So starting to the south, most of this is known as Horseshoe Canyon. This is also an area where you're going to find just down this little pocket right down here. You're going to find some condos and townhomes, although there's not a lot of condos and townhomes in Silverleaf. You're going to find a little pocket down here. Everything else is mostly single family homes. But anyway, Horseshoe Canyon, you can see part of the golf courses here. This is also where the clubhouse is. Okay, so let me take you to the Silverleaf Clubhouse. We go. Here we go. Silverleaf Clubhouse right here. The Silverleaf, the clubhouse is, first of all, it's private. So the golf, they have a golf and a social membership. The golf membership, there is a wait list. I don't remember off the top of my head how long it is, but I do have a spreadsheet. If you're interested in golf memberships in North Scottsdale or Scottsdale in general, shoot me a text, send me an email or a phone call. Let me know that you want that spreadsheet, and I'll show you what all the current pricing looks like for golf and social memberships for 12 different golf clubs, private golf clubs in North Scottsdale. I also have some updates on wait lists and those types of things because they are now running wait lists for most of the golf memberships. Some of the social memberships you can get right in. So anyway, hit me up on that. This particular golf membership is the most expensive. This is the most prestigious community in all of Arizona. With that, the golf membership is not cheap. It's $300,000 upfront one-time fee to become part of the golf membership right now today, and then it carries an $1,875 a month fee to continue to be part of that golf membership. Now, what if you're not a golfer? Do you have to have a membership in Silverleaf? Absolutely not. You're not required to have a golf membership to live here. There is a community that does that. It's not this one. Okay, so you don't have. It's not a requirement. This is an 18-hole par 72 course. Obviously, you can see if I pan out here for a second, you can see that this golf course is carved into the side of the mountain, the McDowell Mountains over here, right? So there are going to be some immaculate Scottsdale city views, really panoramic, beautiful, beautiful Sonoran views from this golf course. The clubhouse membership, which is like the social membership, basically is $50,700 a month. The amenities that come with that, inside the clubhouse, there's a restaurant, there's a pool, a fitness center, and a spa. So you can become part of the social membership there, which they call the clubhouse membership. I just basically refer to it as a social membership, but it's called the clubhouse membership, and you can become part of that at Silverleaf. And then, of course, there is an HOA here. This is guard gated. So the HOA includes the maintenance of all the common areas, as well as obviously the maintenance and the cost to carry security at the guard gated entrances here at Silverleaf. HOA does vary a little bit from community to community. Now, as we move up here to the north side, remember I talked about this little canyon that splits the two sides. So the north side up here, again, has its own guard gated entrance. So here's guard gate number 3 right here. It's basically right there where my cursor is right now. As you drive in over here, this first section is called the Parks. Just to the north is called the Hillside. The Hillside is about 20 homes that, and you can see this canyon right here separates Silverleaf from DC Country Club section of the neighborhood, of the DC Ranch neighborhood. So this is where it ends. This is the Hillside. These areas right in here are called the Parks. This is where you're going to find some of your most affordable real estate. So right now, my data would show me that average median home prices in Silverleaf are $3.2 million, although you're going to be hard pressed to find $3.2 million right now. If you do, it's probably going to be down here in this Parks area. This has kind of a Spanish, not old, kind of more like a modern Spanish village style to it. So this is kind of the flat section as you drive in. Homes are a little closer together, but really, really cool. There's a bunch of little parks down here, one being Desert Spring Park. A lot of people out here, I always see people out here walking their dogs around this lake. It's not a huge park, but really lush green, beautiful lake. There's also some private hiking trails back in here from Desert Spring Park. You can hit some hiking trails that will take you up the side of the mountain. And then as we climb up into this section, this is the Upper Canyon. Okay, so we start to climb quite a bit here. This whole section right in here, you're going to have some really amazing to the summit sections of Silverleaf. I mean, the elevation from here to here is so much more drastic, and the views. I was literally just up there today, checking out some of the views and checking out a couple homes, and the views are just amazing. You can see so much from up there. Obviously, as you climb, the homes tend to get are going to get bigger, and they're also going to get pricier. 20 plus million in most cases, 15 plus in most cases, I should say, ranging up to, I have a client that just wrote a $40 million offer on a home that's an off-market home. So the seller doesn't want to sell. But geez, just crazy, just like some amazing real estate in here. And for 40 million for Arizona is a crazy price. But anyway, with that being said, that is the Silverleaf community. Remember, it's part of DC Ranch, the DC Ranch community. So we'll talk a little bit more now about some of the surrounding area. Before we do that, let me take you. I showed you one of the really great parks inside of the community, just to the west. Let me open just so I can get to things a little bit faster. So I can just zone in on things a little bit faster. Let's go to this screen. Oh, don't take me all the way back out, man. All right, we'll deal with it. All right, there we go. All right, zoom back in. Desert Camp Community Center. So I'll get you oriented again here in a second. Remember, here's Silverleaf. Here's DC Country Club area. Just to the south of DC Country Club area is Desert Camp Community Center. Let's get in there. Let me angle this again so you can get a better feel for what it looks like. Community Center for DC Ranch residents. You can see there's tennis courts, a basketball court, a pool. There's this really nice just green play area, and then this community center here. Across the street, again, this is Thompson Peak. Across the street over here is the country club side. But down on this side, this DC Ranch side around here, is most of it pretty much ungated and a lot more affordable real estate down in this section as opposed to like Silverleaf or this country club area. Also, homes a little closer together. I feel a little bit more cookie cutter. But again, if you have a family, by the way, the difference, let's go through some demographics of Silverleaf before I jump off of it here. I meant to mention this, but homes in Silverleaf, average age is only 6 years old. 90% of the residents own, only 10% are renters. So you're not going to find a big rental market. 651 total residents. So I mentioned the Arcadia has about 80 homes. That section, that hillside section has about 20. So there's about 100 of your homes, and then there's another 550 homes or so. By the way, there's also home sites to build on. So I'll try to remember at the end, I'll show you what some of the land costs look like. If you want to buy land and just build in Silverleaf, you can do that as well. Average resident age in Silverleaf is 58, but here's what I was getting to, is when you get over to this section of DC Ranch, average resident age is 47. So these are some really nice bread and butter communities if you have kids. By the way, the schools up in this area are really good too. Just the public schools are some of the best in the Phoenix Metro. Excuse me. So we'll talk about schools here in just a second. But anyway, this Desert Camp Community Center, there's just a lot of things for the kids to do up in this section. All right, let's go ahead and jump into schools. Let's go across the street. I mentioned golf membership. Yeah, let's do, let's check out the Copper Ridge School, which is right across the street. Where am I? There we go. Okay, going back to the east. Copper Ridge School right across the street to the west of the Silverleaf community. In fact, it sits right across from this northern guard gated community that goes into the parks area and then up into that upper canyon area that we talked about. So Copper Ridge School is a K through 8. This is a public school, part of the Scottsdale Unified School District, which is the number 2 school district in the state of Arizona. By the way, I have an entire video that I did on Scottsdale schools. If you, again, check out the top right-hand corner of the screen right now. If you click on that, it will take you through a virtual tour, a lot like this, of all the Scottsdale schools, where they are, and their ratings. So if you have school-age kids, you might want to check that out. But the Copper Ridge School is, again, right across the street. So if you're doing public school, this is where your kids will go. This school is ranked 72 of 782 elementary schools in the state of Arizona. So it's in the top 10%. So pretty good rating here on the Copper Ridge School. Now, when we switch gears and go to high schools, I'm just going to zoom out and come over because it's a little bit of a stretch. So Chaparral High School is the high school assigned to the Silverleaf community. Chaparral High School is right here off of basically Shea and Scottsdale Road, right over here in this area. It's a 15 to 17 minute drive. I'm going to say something like that, probably a 15-minute drive from Silverleaf. And it all depends on how far into Silverleaf you actually live, by the way. If you're up here on the mountain, it could take you 7-8 minutes just to get off the mountainside. But anyway, Chaparral High School, not my favorite high school in Scottsdale, which is probably a good segue into the fact that we do have school choice here in the state of Arizona. I do address that in that school's video. School choice basically just means if you're not happy with the schools that your neighborhood is assigned to, you can move your kids into different schools. You just have to go through an open enrollment process. So I'm not going to go deep into that right now. But Chaparral High School is ranked 86 of 226 high schools in Arizona. So it doesn't even quite make the top third. Not my favorite high school in Scottsdale. So for that reason, you may choose another public high school, or you may choose to go private. So just to the south of Silverleaf is Notre Dame Prep. And usually people that live in Silverleaf tend to like private schools anyway. You can see it's just minutes right here off of Bell Road on the south side of Bell Road. You can see it's just minutes away from Silverleaf. Notre Dame Prep, from where most of you are coming from, I would imagine you probably pay a lot for private schools. Notre Dame Prep for the year 2021, 2022 is only $18,100 for tuition. For my 4-year-old in preschool, I pay about $10,000 a year. So it's really not that bad to get that higher level of education. Obviously, this is a Catholic school. There are other great, I'm not going to go into all of them. Again, I don't do charter and private schools in that schools video, but there's a lot of great charter and private schools if you're not interested in the public school system out here. All right, moving on. Let's talk about shopping. In fact, while we're down here, let's go ahead and just point out, if you're going to get gas and groceries, there's 2 different directions that you might go from Silverleaf. There's a bunch of ways you can go. I mean, the Costco isn't very far, but the closest shopping and gas, the thumb right here is a gas station, actually kind of an upscale gas station, really good food in there. There's a little retail center inside of the thumb. So it's kind of a really clean upscale gas station. And then right here in this area, there's also a Bash's grocery store where you can get groceries and gas. So that would be one direction you could go. The other direction you could go to get not gas, but groceries is up here to the DC Market Street. So just kind of on the corner between right off of Pima Road, which is this road that runs north and south, Greyhawk on this side, DC Ranch on this side is the Market Street at DC Ranch. And the Market Street, there is a grocery store here as well. But this is a district really well known for some great restaurants. I always call it kind of a little hidden gem, although for the people that live up here, this is far from hidden. Everybody up in North Scottsdale knows about DC Market Street because it has really good breakfast spot. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. There's a really good breakfast joint up here. Steakhouse. There's a wine bar, whiskey bar, cigar bar, sports bar. So if you're looking for some nightlife up on the north side or just some really great restaurants, there's an American Grill. There's Mexican food in here. There's health food stores. Health food restaurants. There's a little bit of everything. It doesn't look like a huge district, and it's not, but it's packed with some really great restaurant gems. And again, another area where you might go to, right here is the grocery store. So another area where you might go to get groceries. That is the Market Street. All right. Some other... Again, grocery, gas, not necessarily hot spots, but let's circle back. Let's talk about golf again real quick. So you might say, hey, you know what? I can't get into Silverleaf. I don't want to pay $300,000. I'm interested in a private golf membership somewhere. I have an entire video as well as that spreadsheet. I think I mentioned it already. I have a spreadsheet. So make sure you text or email me. It'll show you all the updated pricing for golf and social memberships in 12 different golf clubs in North Scottsdale. It also includes Gainey Ranch in Central Scottsdale. But anyway, so if you want that spreadsheet, hit me up. I also do an entire video that talks about all of that. But this north of Thompson Peak, this is the country club section of DC Ranch. The country club itself, remember I mentioned that average resident age here drops quite a bit. This country club is not only designed well for so this whole section, let me get there. Okay. So this country club area, you can see all the tennis courts to the left. There's a pool. There's all kinds of cool stuff here. But anyway, not only is it great for adults for the social membership, there's really great kids activities at this center as well. Golf membership, I'm not going to lie, it's a long wait. It's probably about a 3-year wait to get a golf membership, and it's probably really close on the social membership side as well. So you want to get your name on that list. It's worth it. It's the most popular membership in all of Arizona. Because again, it's close to the 101 freeway, and because it really is family oriented, where some of these, the demographic can be a little bit on the older side. But anyway, so that's one area that membership is, it's market-based pricing, meaning that the members can actually sell. They have equity in their membership. They can sell their memberships. So right now, those are selling between $200,000 and $250,000 is that upfront one-time fee, and then $1,500 a month. Now, you can also go to the Troon Country Club, which is up here close to Pinnacle Peak. So the Troon Country Club is right over here. Troon Country Club, different than Silverleaf and Country Club at DC, in regard, based on the fact that, where is it over here? Just so you can see it. There it is. Okay. So there's the country club. Here's the golf course, 18-hole golf course here. Troon Country Club doesn't actually sit inside of a gated community. So it's a little bit easier access. It doesn't actually belong to a community, so to speak. Not that you have to be, not that you have to live in Silverleaf to have a Silverleaf membership, not that you have to live in the country club side of DC Ranch to have a membership at the country club, but Troon Country Club literally just doesn't sit in a community. You have Troon Village over here. You have Troon North up here on the north side of Pinnacle Peak. You also have Desert Highlands over here, which has its own membership. So we're not going to talk about that today. But if you live in any of these other communities, right, you can get a membership at Troon Country Club. People will come across town to join the Troon Country Club. Again, membership right now, a golf membership is about a 4-year wait. They're anticipating 5 really soon. These memberships are crazy right now. Although the social membership is a 6 to 12 month wait. So what you can do is you can become part of the social club there, in 6 to 12 months. And I'll give you the pricing on that here in just a second. But you can become part of the social membership in 6 to 12 months. And then if you meet some golf members, you can go out on guest pricing or whatever and actually still play the course with a member and just pay the guest price there. So there are some ways around that. Golf membership at Troon Country Club is $85,000 on that upfront fee. So it's a lot less than the other two. And then $1,452 a month, again, to be part of the golf club at Troon Country Club. If you want the social pricing, I don't have it right here in front of me. I can't remember. I want to say it's about $20,000, $22,000, something like that, $500 a month, but I'm totally off the top of my head. Those aren't completely accurate. They're a pretty good ballpark, but again, hit me up and I'll let you know what that membership looks like. That's the Troon Country Club. All right. Now, if you're just like, hey, I don't want to pay all these crazy prices for a golf membership, what about public golf? You have some really great public golf courses, starting with Greyhawk, going back down right across the street from DC Ranch. So again, this is DC Ranch. Of course, this is Silverleaf over here. This is the country club. Right across Pima Road, okay, is Greyhawk. Over here, there's 2 beautiful championship courses with lots of great golf tournaments that actually take place on this throughout the year. So you have the Raptor and the Talon courses over here. These are public courses. You don't have to be a member to play over at Greyhawk. Greyhawk's a community, by the way, 2 guard gated communities. There's also a section over here that's not gated. So another community that might be in play. We're not going to go deep into the community today, but another community that might be in play for you. Then let's go back up to Troon North. So Troon North is on the north side of Pinnacle Peak up here. 18 more great golf holes up here at Troon North. Again, 2 different golf courses that kind of sit on the north side of Pinnacle Peak. By the way, this is Estancia, another one of the more prestigious communities in all of Arizona. Troon North, by the way, to live in Troon North, I have an entire video on Troon North. Check out that Scottsdale playlist. But to live in Troon North, what was I going to say? Median home prices are just probably just a little under 800 now. There's 13 different sections in here. Only one is guard gated. There's several other mechanical code gated, and then you have some that are not gated at all. So you have a little bit of everything up here in the True North area. Luxury living at an affordable price, basically. But anyway, like I said, two more great golf courses up here. You have the Pinnacle and the Monument, where you have kind of some of these desert mountain ravines that run through some of these holes. And again, it doesn't look like it from this angle. It probably looks a little flatter than it really is, but it just kind of all these communities up here sit on these little rolling hills, which is really cool. And then you have McDowell Mountain Ranch. Not as nice. I mean, for me, I'd rather play True North or Greyhawk, but you do have McDowell Mountain Ranch down here. This section right here, let me show it to you. And zoom in. McDowell Mountain Ranch, by the way, is one of my top 5 family-friendly Scottsdale neighborhoods. Again, on the side of the mountain over here, just south of Silverleaf. Much more affordable pricing than Silverleaf. Most of these sections aren't gated. But anyway, here's the McDowell Mountain Golf Club. There's also a really beautiful aquatic center here. So again, median resident age or average resident age is in the 40s. So McDowell Mountain Ranch is one of my top 5 family-friendly neighborhoods, as is DC Ranch, by the way. Not Silverleaf itself, but just kind of the regular section of DC Ranch. So anyway, again, more public golf right down here at McDowell Mountain Ranch. All right, let's talk about hiking quickly. Again, I'm taking you through the hot spots before we get into the market update, so bear with me. You can always fast forward to the market update if that's what you're looking for, but I think these hot spots are really important to understand how all of this stuff is laid out. So let's start with the Sonoran Preserve. Okay, and the trail, there's a trailhead right here on the south side of Silverleaf that will lead you right into the McDowell Mountains. So you have hiking right here just south of Silverleaf. You also have Pinnacle Peak Park right up here, True Country Club over here, True North up here, Desert Highlands down here. Pinnacle Peak wraps around the north side of the trail wraps around the north side of the mountain. So you have some really nice views of True North all the way out to Desert Mountain. Of course, you sit right over the top of Estancia. You can't get better views of Estancia right here. And then it kind of ends right over here on this side. So you get some views out here towards Carefree Cave Creek and a little bit to the west, but some really amazing views. Fairly moderate hike. Most people can hike this. I see people with kids on their shoulders. I'm not saying it's simple, but I mean, parts of it, people with kids on their shoulders, you have a senior crowd that can walk this. No dogs allowed on this particular trail. But anyway, so because it's just really active. But anyway, with that being said, you have Pinnacle Peak. Talking way too much about all this stuff, but the area gets me excited. And then Tom's Thumb Trailhead. It's going to be over here. Let me zoom out. Okay. So you have the Tom's Thumb Trailhead that'll lead you up into the mountains over here a little bit further east. Now, these are just 3 trailheads. There's trailheads everywhere out here. So if you like to mountain bike in the desert, or whether it's hiking or whatever, some of these trails, you can take your dogs, you can horseback ride on some of these trails. So I'm not going to get real deep into the trails right now, but if you want more information, you can always hit us up and we'll be happy to talk more about some of the things that you can do out here. All right, let's go to Old Town Scottsdale. Let's talk about districts now. Old Town Scottsdale is right here, but let me just click on it so you can see and we can zoom. Okay, again, look, here's Silverleaf over to the 101, straight down into Old Town Scottsdale, 20 minutes or into Old Town Scottsdale. Old Town Scottsdale, I have an entire video. I'm not going to go into it right now, but as far as shopping and restaurants, in fact, top right-hand corner of the screen right now, I do an entire Scottsdale shopping and restaurants video. So you can check that video out if you click that top right-hand corner of the screen right now. Of course, I talk a lot about Old Town Scottsdale because you have the largest shopping mall in the state of Arizona. You have some of the old antique shops that make up Old Town, restaurants, bars, nightclubs. You have, outdoor bars right on Scottsdale Road. It's like I said earlier, it's really the epicenter of things to do in the entire state of Arizona. So that's where Old Town Scottsdale sits. As we go a little bit north on Scottsdale Road, by the way, this white line is basically, it doesn't sit right on Scottsdale Road, but it basically represents where Scottsdale Road runs. We have Kierland and Scottsdale Quarter. Okay. So right up here in that kind of that northernmost, kind of up towards the northernmost point of that area I call North Central Scottsdale, is Scottsdale Quarter, which is a newer shopping district, about 15 years old, I think. Shopping and restaurants in here. Across the street is Kierland, a little bit older district, but again, really, really nice shopping and restaurants throughout this whole section. And then if we look at where Silverleaf is, it's right here, right? So it's just almost right down the road. By the way, this landing strip right here, which you can see from all these desert mountain views up here, this is the Scottsdale Executive Airport. So mostly not commercial, but just private jets flying in and out of this airport. So anyway, that's where Scottsdale Quarter is. Desert Ridge Marketplace is right up here. Take you over there real quick. This is an outdoor open air shopping district. Kind of has some of your big box type stuff in Desert Ridge Marketplace. So you have like, Target, some of that stuff down here. You have, I think there's a Kohl's maybe, not Kohl's. What's down here? Now that I'm talking about it, I can't think. I mean, there's a movie theater in Desert Ridge Marketplace. There's Barnes and Noble, that kind of box stuff, right? What are the like a Ross, that kind of stuff is right up here. So anyway, but movie theaters right down here on this end. But again, really cool open air market place. There's also some really nice restaurants out in kind of in the parking lot areas out here as well, right over on this side. There's some really great restaurants in the Desert Ridge Marketplace. All right, winding it down, then we're going to do our market update. If you come out for spring training, let's check out, there's 2 spring training facilities in Scottsdale. The first one is called the Salt River Fields. The Salt River Fields and the Colorado Rockies play right down here, right off the 101 freeway. So here you go, Salt River Fields at Talking Stick. There's also events that take place here, concerts, festivals, all kinds of stuff that takes place over here at these fields throughout the year, especially in the fall and spring, fall through the spring, fall, winter, spring months when the weather's really, really nice. Lots of things taking place there. There's also an Odyssey Aquarium over here. It's kind of, it's called the Arizona Boardwalk. So there's an aquarium and a bunch of other things in there to do if you have a family. Great parks throughout. Look, guys, I mean, I could talk about Scottsdale and things to do, but I'm trying to keep it all relevant to what's close to Silverleaf here. But Salt River Fields at Talking Stick. And then in the Old Town area, you have the Scottsdale Stadium, which is where the San Francisco Giants play. So in the spring, no shortage. Back to the Old Town area, Scottsdale Stadium right here. Again, that is where let's zoom in. By the way, this is the Scottsdale Greenbelt. It's 11 miles biking and walking through golf courses, past lakes, parks, Scottsdale Greenbelt. Like I said, I could talk about Scottsdale all day, but we're going to move on here in a second. Scottsdale Stadium again, where the San Francisco Giants spring training facility is, or that's where they play games. Some of their training takes place a little further north. I mentioned a theater earlier. My favorite theaters in Arizona are called Harkins. They're a local theater. I almost always go to Harkins over AMC. So right off of Scottsdale Road up here, Phoenix Open takes place, as I'm just randomly scrolling you through Scottsdale. But right up here, there's a shopping. See, I just said it, Harkins. Harkins movie theater. Across the street, there's a Whole Foods. And again, if I zoom out, you can see this is really, really close to Silverleaf, right off the 101 freeway. Just west of the Silverleaf community over here on the far right in red. So close there, excuse me. And then let's talk about getting to the airport and downtown Phoenix, and then we're going to do a market update. I'm going to show you what current prices look like in Silverleaf right now today. But if you want to get to Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport, it's about a 27. Just go to it. What are we doing here? There we go. All right, so it's about 27 minutes or so. Let me zoom back out so you can see a couple different ways you can go. You can go down the 101 freeway and then across over to, and we lost it again. There it is, okay? And then go across. Or you can come down the 51 freeway right into Sky Harbor as well, depending on traffic patterns. We don't have a whole lot of traffic. One of the nice things that people comment about a lot here is that our traffic is really moderate. But anyway, about 27 minutes with light traffic to Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport. If you're trying to get to downtown Phoenix, to a museum, you want to see a Broadway-style show, or you want to go to a Suns or Arizona Diamondbacks game, professional sports, down into about 35 minutes roughly. Again, light traffic from Silverleaf up here down into downtown Phoenix. If you want to go down and enjoy some of the things down there, there's also some really good restaurants and nightlife in downtown Phoenix now as well. 20 years ago when I first moved here, nightlife and just things to do in downtown Phoenix outside of Suns and Diamondbacks games was essentially just non-existent. There was nothing to do down there. Now today, it's really a hot spot. It's a place where people really love to go. So anyway, that, ladies and gentlemen, is a really good virtual tour of Silverleaf and some of the hot spots around it. I took you through probably more than I normally would, but it gives you a really good sense of how this thing's laid out. Now, let's look at the real estate market in this area. And so let's start, excuse me, median home prices I mentioned earlier, about 3.2 million in Silverleaf. You're going to see here in a second that, here, let's go to the list view on this. So here's the map. This is Silverleaf. In fact, let's do the satellite view so you can get a better feel for what kind of equate it to what we just saw a second ago, right? So here's Silverleaf. We'll break it down here in a second. But as I mentioned, 3.2 million is median prices. However, if you take the condos out, right now I have the condos mixed into this. So there's 7 condos active on the market. I'm going to take those out in just a second, but just so you can see. But like I said, if single family homes, it's going to be really, you're just not going to find much under 3. I don't, there's a lag measure, obviously, with median prices and as fast as prices have gone up because there's so much demand, people moving from far more expensive areas, moving here for the affordability factor, don't even flinch at 3.2 million anymore. So anyway, you can see that, that most of these homes, especially single family homes, are going to be well north of 3.2 million. But that is what, today, what median home prices look like versus overall Scottsdale at about 700,000. So there are more affordable areas, obviously, of Scottsdale. I don't want you to think Silverleaf is the only option. It's just the most prestigious option. Prices have gone up a lot. Like I said, I mean, lots of demand, very low inventory. But again, I think you're going to find that what you get here is going to be you're going to get way more bang for your buck, even in a community like Silverleaf, compared to most of the places that you all are likely coming from: California, Oregon, Washington, cities like Chicago, New York, states like New Jersey. We have so many people coming from those areas, and we're still, when you look at our home prices and our property taxes, and I'll zoom in and show you some of the property taxes. I'll try not to forget that. You'll find we're way more affordable than what you're used to. By the way, right now I'm shooting this video in mid-November. Typically November through the end of February, sometimes into March, our buying pressure slows down quite a bit. People start to slow down because the holidays are coming up. And so we're always active in terms of a real estate market. There's never just a dead period. We're always active. But if you're looking for a little bit of negotiating power without all the crazy bidding wars and all that stuff, typically right now through the end of February and into March is a really great time to buy. So keep that in mind as well as you start to plan your move. All right, let's look. Like I said, there's not a whole lot of condos and townhomes. There's just a little pocket that I showed you earlier. Let's go back and edit this search. First of all, let me just show you where, let's zoom in on Silverleaf. Okay, so hopefully this looks familiar. This is that Arcadia area. This is the little pocket where I told you you're going to find townhomes and condos. This is that kind of the Horseshoe Canyon side, and then this is the Upper Canyon side, and then the parks down here. Do I not have anything in the parks right now? It doesn't look like it. Okay, so anyway, with that, let's look at a couple different things here so you can get a sense for the market. Let's start out. Let's go ahead and take single family homes out of the equation. And let's just look and see, you'll see where the condos are. Let's see what that market looks like. And they're all in that little pocket that I told you that they're going to sit in earlier. Okay, let's look at the list view. List view will tell us how many are active versus how many are under contract, and it'll give us a price range. So starting at the top, this is a condo, 1.9 million, 2-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 2,700 square feet. Okay, so that's $699 a foot right here. right? Reading that across. So they range from 1.9 million up to 6.8 million for a condo. That would probably be more of like a, penthouse type of condo, 4-bedroom, 4-bath, also 6,200 square feet, by the way, right? These are like massive condos. The higher end ones, 2,700 is like larger than most people's single family homes, by the way. So again, pricey, but you're getting a lot of square footage and not too bad price per foot for a condo. Now, let's take that out. Let's actually just look at single family homes now. Okay, so let's take the condos out of the equation. Now you can see a couple over here in that Arcadia area that we talked about. And again, over here in that, well, let's just zoom in. Let's go back to our list view. It should take all of our condos out. Now, most affordable on the market right now, single family home. Remember I said 3.2 million, you're gonna have a hard time finding a home at that price right now, unless it's in that Parks area, which it doesn't look like I have anything. See, right here is the Parks. I don't really have anything in there right now, which is why these prices are much higher. All right, these are things starting to climb up on the hillsides. Or over here in Arcadia. So 4.9 million, that actually is in that Arcadia section. So 4.95 million. Let's look at the list view. That house, remember I said everything in Arcadia is about 5,000 to 8,000 square feet. That's a 7,000 square foot home, $703 a foot. Let's look at the details and then we'll look at the photos. So this is the most affordable. And actually, I want to do something else here real quick. So 5-bedroom, 5.5 bath, 7,000 square feet, built in 2020, brand new. In fact, this one was probably not done. This is new construction. This one, remember I said earlier, you can build. So I'll try to remember to show you guys land here right at the end. But anyway, so this is a new build. This one is being built right now, which means you might be able to, depending on whether they broke ground, you might be able to still put your, your finishes and stuff on it, or even potentially semi-custom some of these if they're not, if they haven't broken ground on them yet. Some of them, they're in different stages a lot of times. Some of them are not even permitted. Some of them have broken ground. So it just kind of depends. But if you're interested in something like that, again, hit us up and we can talk more specifically about that particular situation. I meant to do this. Let's look. So right here, you see results on this top kind of left-hand corner over here where my cursor is, where I'm circling it. 16 total results of homes, single-family homes. Remember, we took the condos out of the picture. So 16 single-family homes on the market. Now, some of these are going to be under contract. So let's see, out of 16, what I'm looking at right now is I want to see what our supply looks like, right? So in terms of months of supply. So basically out of 16, I have 8 active and I have 8 under contract. If I divide 8 by 8, so 8 homes active goes on the top, 8 homes under contract. Usually we use for sale, by the way. Homes that have sold recently, and a lot of times we'll go 6 months, but with this market as active as it is, I just use under contracts, which is a much better, much more detailed picture of what month supply looks like. So I have 8 active, 8 under contract, which means 8 goes into 8. It gives me 1. That means I have 1 month supply, which isn't a whole lot. 4 months is what I would call a balanced market. Over 4 months starts to tilt towards a buyer's market. And then under 4 months starts to tilt towards a seller's market. Obviously, the lower the number, the hotter the market and the less supply there is. So 1 month supply is not very much in the most prestigious, luxurious, subdivision, again, in all of Arizona. As far as what's pending right now, the highest price on the market, or under contract, I should say, highest price under contract right now is about 15 million. What can you get for 15 million in Silverleaf? 7 bedrooms, 9.5 baths, 66,000 square foot lot, although only about 60% of that lot can actually be built on. 40% stays natural desert landscape. Just so you know, you can't, if you see all this square footage up in North Scottsdale, doesn't mean you can develop all that square footage. But again, 60% of that is quite a bit. 11,000, almost a 12,000 square foot house. Again, this is 2022. So this one's likely being built. I'm not going to go through all the details right now, but this gives you an idea, right? 15 million, a 12,000 square foot home, 7 bedroom, 9.5 bath on a 1.5 acre lot, basically. custom home. Here's some, let's look at this 3.5 million. Let's look at the map. Where's that bad boy at? Actually, so that's kind of in the, either the Villages or the Parks area down here on the Horseshoe Canyon side of things, close to the clubhouse over, here's the clubhouse, right? So you can see these homes are closer together, but 3.6 million. 3.6 million will get you 5,100 square feet, built in 2014. Remember, I said the average age of these homes is about 6 years old. I mean, this is it's a much newer community, only about a quarter of an acre lot or so. So anyway, and this would be a custom home builder built these, but these aren't individually. Well, forget it. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole, but just know it is a custom home builder that built it. They just built a series of them as opposed to just a one-off right there. Let's look at this 3.2. Let's go back to the list view. And again, now I'm just giving you an idea. What can you buy in Silverleaf, right? So we talked about the inventory, about a 1 month inventory. Now we're just kind of looking at prices and what's available. And of course, this is always changing. By the way, if you go to www.phoenixhomesandhotspots.com, instead of going onto something like Zillow where all the data is outdated and you want information, so you put your information in and you get flooded with a bunch of realtor calls. If you want to collaborate directly with us, where we tie the communities and the hotspots in with the homes, you can search on our website, do your home searches there, or you can call us and we'll set you up on custom home searches, which is even better, honestly. But www.phoenixhomesandhotspots.com, you can check that out. Anyway, so let's go back to let's look at some photos of a few of these. Let's go back to, now these are going to be drawings of this 14.9, right? Because that was not built yet. So that's 2022. These will be drawings, but just give you an idea. Like look at the city views. This is like just really, really sick. Right, very contemporary. So this style is coming in now. It's hard to find this super contemporary style with straight lines unless it's kind of been built in the last 5-6 years, maybe. But this style is coming in. You're starting to see the style in play a lot more if you like that real contemporary straight line style of home. But again, look at the views. So these are real photos from the property line. I'm going to give you an idea. And of course, you can contact me and then we'll get you all the drawings and everything as far as the floor plan and everything you need to get an idea what this home is actually going to look like. Oh, I remember what else I was going to do. Here's 18.75 million active. So this one's active. This is the highest price active. This is not, this is an actual home on the market. So these photos will be the real photos of the house along with virtual tour. And again, look at this. I've seen this house. I've been through this house. Really nice views, beautiful, gorgeous home. Two level guest house. This home is gorgeous. I toured this about 30 days ago when it first came on the market. Let's see what days on the market are right now. It's got to be just right around 30. 83. I think they put it back on the market. I toured it 30 days ago and it literally just popped up on the market, I think. Anyway, doesn't matter. 13,000 square foot home, 6-bedroom, 8-bath, 9 acres. No, not the same house. It looks like it though. It looks a lot like that house. Which house was that? Now I got to go back and look. Maybe it was this one. Not that you guys care at all. Anyway, all right, let's look real quick. Let's do one last thing. Let's go to lots and land. I'm just going to put in Silverleaf so you can get an idea. If you just wanted to buy a lot and have a custom home built on it, what does that look like? So let's just see what's available in there right now. And then we're going to wrap this bad boy up. Hope you guys are getting a lot out of this. Look, we're going to do this for more neighborhoods. I did a virtual tour like this of North Scottsdale. And there's just no way for me to dive into all these neighborhoods on this kind of level. So I'm going to continue to break out different neighborhoods in in all of Scottsdale and actually all of the Phoenix Metro. So don't forget to subscribe and smash that bell so we can notify you when we create new stuff. Six different lots of either available under contract. Actually, all 6 of these are available right now, ranging from 1.9 million, little over 2 acres right here on my right, if you're following my cursor. and then ranging up to 3.9, 1.36 acres. The acreage doesn't really tell the story. The location of the acreage tells the story, because obviously as you climb and you get up on the side of the mountain, the real estate is going to become a lot more expensive. So a lot of, your price per acre is going to depend on the location as much as it is, or actually more so than it will on the acreage itself. And the two of these are up here on literally up towards the summit. So those, I would imagine, are going to be the pricier ones. Let's look. Actually, no. You know what? This one right here. That's interesting. 1.9 for this lot right here. And I want to say that was 3.6 acres, although it'd be interesting to see how much of that can be developed. Obviously enough to build a really big house. But 3.6 acres, a lot of it is just going to be hillside up here, I would imagine. Let's see how much this one is. These are some pretty crazy lots, 3.3 million up there. And then these are also all sitting kind of on the side of the hill too. So there's going to be some great views out of these. Let's see. Let's just take one of these and look at the actual views. I'm sure they give you some photo views of, there you go. Right. So these are photos from the lot. I would imagine they're all photos from the lot anyway. That's what I'm going to assume. So anyway, you can see really nice elevation, really nice views. Let's take this one. I'm curious about this one. And then we'll wrap 35 photos. Check that out. Straight down the ravine and views right into north. Kind of, this is like that central Scottsdale corridor that I showed you on the map earlier. All the mountains back here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. They actually have a home that, see, so I wonder. Now that can't be with the home, obviously. No, that can't be with the home. I don't know what I'm talking about. That's just for the lot. That's just for the lot. But they do have a potential plan maybe to build a specific home on that lot, it looks like. I don't know why they don't have it listed as such. Here's your lot. Anyway, all right, guys, let's wrap this video up. That was a lot of information. Thank you for sticking with me. Hope you enjoyed. We're going to do more. I'm going to see you guys on the next video. Peace.
Listen, if you enjoyed that video and you want to see more videos showing you what it's like to live here in Arizona, specifically in Maricopa County, Phoenix Metro, or here in Scottsdale, Arizona, you want to see more videos, pros and cons, cost of living, live tours of actual neighborhoods and communities, virtual tours of market updates, you name it, you're in the right spot and you know what to do. Subscribe to our channel right now, then smash that bell and we'll notify you every time we create new popular videos here on Phoenix Homes and Hotspots. Now, if you're thinking about coming out to Scottsdale, Arizona, you want to set up tours, home tours, community tours, you want to see some of our local favorite hotspots, or maybe you just have more questions before you arrive to get you prepared for your visit here to Arizona, pick up the phone, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us that email. That way we can have you completely prepared to hit the ground running once you arrive here in Phoenix. Now, check out some of my other popular videos right here.